Hello everyone. Luba Carlson is here. We're painting a golden Christmas tree today. That's the reference that we have for today. How's everybody? I can see we're here. We're excited. I have Cindy and Darla and Judy and Diane and Sunny. Hi everybody. Tell me where you're from. How's your weather? It's getting super cold here in Nebraska. I'm in Omaha, Nebraska. How's everybody? All right. So if you need a tracer with birds and ornaments and the star, like if you need this whole thing, it's available on the link under the video in the description. You can find it right there. And excuse me, I'm painting on a canvas tonight. And what I did is I used that tracer and I just outlined the tree so I have like somewhat symmetrical shape to follow so that it's easier, right? So in California, oh, it's not be so cold there. Um, and I will add, like, as we're going, I will show you how to add all of these things. They're really not hard at all. Birds are pretty easy. So I'm pretty sure we can do this. Okay, so let's put this up. Now, the paints that I'm using tonight are different from what I usually use. I usually use my craft paints, but this painting here happened as a result of leftover paint on the palette. And so I really would like to use the same colors to achieve like the same golden green kind of color. I really like it. I think it looked really cool. And so these are the colors that I will be using tonight. I will have titanium white. You do not have to have golden. Golden's expensive, right? But you can have Arteza or I don't know, some other brand, Liquitex maybe. Just look what you can find, okay? So here we go. Titanium white, yellow ochre, green gold, cadmium red, phthalo blue, and Mars black. That's it, okay? That's all we're going to be using today. For my brushes, I will be using a super old 2-inch chip brush because I want texture for my tree. So the older the better in this case. The older brush, the better, okay? And if you're painting a 16 by 20 like myself, you probably want a larger brush. If you're on a smaller scale, then you can use something smaller. I have I think it's a 1-inch, isn't it? I think it's a 1-inch flat. And then I have a kind of medium small, it's a size 12 round brush, and a detail brush, 00. So that's my brushes. I have my paper towel, rinse in water. Oh, let's see, what else do we need? I think we are good. I think we're good to go. So a good substitute, Muriel, hi. That is a great question, and I'm going to put it up here so that everybody knows what I'm talking about. So, green gold, I was just about to talk about that, okay? So let me start with white on my palette. And then, of course, we have yellow ochre. Right here. If you do not have yellow ochre, you can substitute with, I would maybe do like a primary yellow with like burnt sienna or raw sienna, like some brown to it. Add some brown to it to brown it up a little bit, okay? Hi, Carol. Hi, Cindy. And then let's look at green gold. Okay, so let me bring this up higher for you so that you can see what I'm talking about. Right here. Okay, so this is the color that you can achieve probably. I'm just gonna throw some ideas at you. You can probably mix phthalo blue with with lemon green. Phthalo blue and lemon green. Okay, and then maybe some white. Also, you can try sky blue and the lemon yellow. I'm sorry, lemon yellow. Phthalo blue, lemon yellow. And that should give you the shade. Okay, or olive green is like a very dark option of that. So if you have olive green, you can add some lemon yellow and maybe a little bit of white. Okay, so just play with it and play and see what happens. I hope this helps. Okay. All right, so we will start with the background. So I'm going to move this away because I do not want to mess it up. And for the background, I will be using the 1 inch. I'm just going to make it damp. Take the water out. Oh, and you know what? If you're working on a canvas, you want to spritz it with a little bit of water so that your paint moves freely. If you do not have a mist, you can just put some water on your brush, just like that. Okay, and then just move that water on your canvas. Just help your canvas wake up a little bit so that you do not end up using too much paint that you don't need to use. Okay, it just helps your paint move better. Okay, let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Okay, so for the background, it's mostly white. So I'm gonna grab a whole good amount of white. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of yellow ochre and a little bit of golden green. And I'm gonna start moving it in, like, I like to do this crisscross kind of thing where I just move my brush up and down, I change directions. And I just move it like that. And when I want to like add a little bit more of some shade, I just would use like a little bit less of yellow ochre, but a little bit more of green gold. Or you can grab like some more white and just play with that. So that the point is to have different colors still on your canvas like this, not blend it in. You do not want to blend it into something flat. That's not the goal at all. Okay. Just go all the way around the tree. Super easy, move fast, don't sit in one spot forever. If you feel like the paint's not moving, it's probably because the canvas is dry. Judy, it's very cool that you're doing this on watercolor paper. I'm excited to see what happens. So here you can make your background a little bit warmer, a little bit cooler. Warmer would be adding a little bit more of this yellow ochre to it, and it kind of gets this golden sheen. Cooler would be to add a little bit more green to it. This is This is really all you gotta do here. Done. Okay. Just very messy. Lots of different strokes here and there. Step back and see if you like it. And if you do, you're done. If you don't like it, then maybe add some other color. If you wanted to like change the shade a little bit, you can totally do that. But that's pretty much it. Okay, so I'm gonna rinse this brush. And when you're rinsing your acrylic brushes, make sure to kind of go deep into the brush with your water, because acrylic tends to get stuck up here in the tip, in the tops right here. So kind of make sure that you have your brush clean. And I'm switching to my huge brush. I'm gonna need more white. And more yellow ochre. More green. Okay, so this goes in the water, just so that we have water on the brush. Get rid of the excess. We don't want the brush super wet. Break up the brush. Okay, I want it all broken. I want all my bristles available for me. And what we're going to do is we're going to start on the side of the brush, okay? And we're gonna start bouncing down and start building the tree. And then once we have the room, we'll flip it and we'll start building up the tree this way. And the first color that we're applying is the yellow ochre. So I'm filling up my brush, just the tips, that's all I need. Okay, and I'm starting right at the top of my tree. Brush on the side and go pat, pat, pat down. Okay, and now I'm at the point where I have enough room. And so I'm gonna start bringing it to fill up the shape. And I'm gonna bring this up to the camera so you could see. I want you to see what kind of what I'm looking for to get here. See how irregular and interesting it is, like all the texture that it creates. That's what we want. I absolutely love yellow ochre. I'm gonna add a little bit of water to this paint. I absolutely love yellow ochre. Like in this combination, it just looks gold. It looks golden, even though there's no metallic in it. So see, I'm just moving from side to side, filling the spots, not coming back. You do not want to be coming back to these areas here. You just want to fill it in. I will have to go back and make sure that all my branches go over all this black outline that I left. I put it on there so you guys could see exactly what I'm doing. There, let's put the tree up and make sure all those black lines are covered. We don't want them, we don't need them. Okay, when you get a second, let me know if you're painting or watching. And also, if you're doing that, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, because there's more coming. I really enjoy online classes, so there will be more coming. Okay? Just keep going, pat, layer by layer, going down. Good evening, Jane. Cindy's painting. Awesome. Allow a little bit of white in there. You do not want it to be completely covered with yellow ochre. Allow some breathing in there, okay? So here we are. Pretty messy, isn't it? I am not gonna wash this brush. I will just wipe it off on a paper towel. Just wipe it off the best way. Christine's asking me, are you using golden paint today? Yes. Yes, Christine. Just like I just told everybody in the very beginning that this painting happened because I had leftover paint on my palette from a commission I was working on, and so I wanted to show you the exact same paints I used to make the same painting, because it's very hard to recreate the painting and the colors if you're not using the exactly same thing. You cannot it's not just the colors, it's also the texture. Okay, so I'm filling up my brush with green gold and doing the same thing on the side first. Do the top, okay, and then as soon as I have my space, I'm gonna start adding green. Now look, I want you to see this because I'm starting to do the if you painted trees with me before, this is like my favorite, Christmas trees. This is my favorite thing, doing this kind of broken zigzag, I call it. So you see how it starts creating the zigzag, but it's not from the corner, right? It's like I go to the side and then I come back a little bit and then I go down, and then I come back a little bit and then I go down. Do you see that? Okay. And I really want a lot of texture on this. So that's why I'm doing here what I'm doing here. Okay, going down, like down at an angle a little bit, and then go back and then change the angle again. and then go back on the same branch and then change the angle and go down. And go back and do it again. Okay. Okay, I need more paint. Okay, so we went this way, so let's go back, and down, and again back and down. And the last one, back and down. And maybe you want to look back and add some more green, some more texture. Just make sure that you're not trying to cover up all of the yellow ochre color that we already have here. Just leave some. Lots of pat going here, okay? Okay. Clean the brush. You know what? I think I'll have to wash it because it has a whole lot of green on it. And it's time to switch to white. Okay. So with the white, so here you notice that I was applying my brush flat like this. With the white, I'm going to hold it vertically and get advantage of all of these broken bristles and all of this texture, okay? So I will be working pretty hard on it. I am pushing it pretty hard into my hand, okay? So if you're using the same kind of brush, so this is what it looks like when it's filled, okay? There's a whole lot of it starting at the top and then choosing the direction, and we're doing the same zigzag again, but with white. Back, back, and back. And I picked up a whole lot of green here, so wipe this off. Load up on some more clean white and do it again. Clean white. And I'm going to pick up some green, and that's okay. And back. Gives you the variation of color. Like it's a very natural color. color mix, I guess. It just happens because it's already on your canvas. More white. Here. Okay, let's get some clean paper towels. And put it down. Okay, in this area under the Christmas tree, all of this is kind of snow. So I'm gonna start working that in. And get more white on that. Okay. Okay. Muriel says cooking, listening, and watching is able. That's fine. That's good. Multitasking, huh? Okay, so I'm rinsing my brush. I am thinking that my rinsing jar should be on a different table because the way I rinse my brushes, it shakes the camera. I didn't notice it until now. Like, it's shaking. I'm sorry. Okay. So this is super wet. I just want us all to be aware of that, right? It is super wet. We're gonna get some more white now on this clean brush because I needed it clean because it all like got super green. Okay, and now I'm gonna go back with the white and I'm gonna go down like this on all these zigzags that I created to like add some snow in the places. Just making it a little bit whiter, okay? I'm gonna grab some more clean white over here. Eileen is painting in her watercolor journal with us. That's amazing. So fun, isn't it? Okay, so flat, light, okay? Flat, flat, flat. Flip over. Add some white to it. And it's like step back, look at what you have, decide if you want any more white, like snow, and then apply it where you want it. There's no right or wrong. I really like how like wintry, the look of wintry Christmas trees. I really like the snow on branches, so that's gonna my go-to. Doesn't have to be the same. Okay. And then I just went and used my flat brush throughout, and I will bring this up to the camera for you to see that we got the texture that we wanted. Okay, going up. That's the texture over here, see? That's pretty cool. There's a lot of texture on that. Now we're going to keep working on it while it's all like even like this, because if it dries like that, it will be super hard to add anything to it, okay? So we have, I'm gonna need a little bit more white with that, and we're going to make a light gray. And we're gonna start adding, we need like a really tiny amount of black. So I am just going to squeeze it directly onto my brush, because I really do not want to squeeze a whole lot of black onto the palette. Okay. Here we go. Just make it a little bit more wet so that we can work with it. An easy way to add water is like a misting bottle or a spray bottle. I'm gonna spray all of this just in case I need some more of this paint. This is perfect. Okay, so first thing is the star, and it sits right here. I somehow traced it and then didn't, like, I don't know what's going on here. Muriel is asking me how I dispose of my paint water. Honestly, just down the drain. Like you can put it in your toilet if down the drain doesn't work. Okay, so for the star, I pick a spot and I create a square. And I think I'm going to switch brushes. I think this is too big for what I'm gonna do, because I need to make my star. I'll be painting it freehand. Oh, I think I did. Yep. My star's gonna be huge, because that's what I'm doing now. Okay, here we go. So I just draw a line like a cross. Can you see it? You should be able to see it here, like this. So I started with a square, and then I kind of put two lines crossing. Okay. Cindy, so it depends on the amount of paint. If it's worth saving, I would spray it and then cover with the cling wrap, and sometimes I just paint something with it super quick. Just depends. Okay, and so we have the corners of the square go all the way up here. So I'm just trying to sketch my star, because the star that I had, I don't know, I thought it was maybe too small for today. Today I needed a bigger one. It happens. It's okay. Yeah, and to answer Cindy's question also, yes, and sometimes I just paint paper, like watercolor paper or mixed media paper. Sometimes even just newsprint, and I make colored paper with that. There's lots of things that you can do with your leftover paint and then use it. Like I like to use my colored paper in my mixed media projects. And sometimes it's becoming something completely random, and it becomes a like an abstract base for something. Okay, so see, we now have four tips right here. Okay. I almost want a little bit more black so that it shows better what I'm doing. Whoa, that was a whole lot of black. Okay, much darker so you guys can see what's happening here. And so I'm going back to that star, and now I'm adding like a cross like this, a crossing like an X. You know, trying to make sure that the distance that's even. And then I make that into and then this goes to the sides like that, like an arrow. Like that. And then we color it all in, and we have a star. It does not need to be perfect. So what we did here, we just kind of made the placement for the star, and then we will have to have it dry, and then we'll paint it blue. So this part does not need to be perfect. If you feel like it's far from, you know, It's fine because you're picking up all the colors from the tree. You're adding gray to this. It really is a mess right now. Okay, so I'm going to let the star dry, and while the star is dry, I'm going to place my birds where I want them. Again, using this gray mix. You have one bird sitting right here. And so the way I paint birds is I start with a smiley, like a smile, like this. It's just a smile. And then I go where the head is going to be, and so this side becomes around like this, comes into a circle, and then this side comes back to the tail. And sometimes it comes back right to the point, and sometimes I have to adjust a little bit. But usually it's all it needs. And then kind of paint it all the same background color that will allow us to come back and finish. Lots of layering today. It's like sometimes we would paint around the lines, right? And then sometimes it's just adding more and more on top. Judy says I did not like how my picking came out. Threw it in the garbage, so I'm gonna just watch for now. Aw, I'm sorry, Judy. Darla says, started mine over, so I'm behind and watching at the same time. Guys, this is very hard. You know, if you think, like, if you got this idea from somewhere that watching a lesson online live and painting at the same time is easy, that's not true. Okay? This is hard. And I know that I myself, I would watch and then paint later because there's too much and I want to and like I want to talk to the artist and like all of that, and I want to know what's next before I want to know what's step 7 before I'm on step 3. So yeah, this is hard. So do not beat yourself up over it. Just try again. Try again later. Get some rest and try again later. So this bird over here is a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna start with a smaller kind of smile over here. And then kind of round this up for the head. And then bring this up for the little tail up. Just fill it in the same way, right? All the same, doing all the same. Okay, and bird number 3. So in my reference, that bird also is facing to the left. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, and I think it sits right here. So here we go. Okay, so I call them placeholders. We have a placeholder for a star and placeholders for little birds. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. Okay, and we're gonna use the same paint, same color, everything. We keep working with this. Let's add some ornaments. Just circles. You can put them in wherever you like them. They don't have to be in the same spots as mine. What I did though, I put the smallest closer to the top of the tree, and as I'm going down the tree, my ornaments are getting a little bit bigger. Circles can be frustrating, I'm telling you that now. I should have said it before I started painting circles. Use what you have, lids, caps, cups, there's like cans in your pantry. There's lots of round objects around you. So look what you have, look for what you have and maybe use it as something that you can trace if needed. Circles are not easy. Okay, so at this point, Yes, I think at this point it'll make sense to dry it off completely. So let's make it dry. Oh, I just realized that I made my star not the same shape as it was in the reference. Should we fix that? Here, some more gray. So it's supposed to be much longer. It's supposed to be pointy. More pointy to the outside. Okay, let's fix that. Yeah, that's more like the shape that we had in the beginning. Okay. Cleaning my brush, getting a clean paper towel. Darla says, I like how you do the placeholders in gray first. Yeah, it really helps with texture, especially. Like you can just do that and then you can add color to them when you're ready. Okay, so next step is I'm going to dry this with a blow dryer. And I don't want to blow on my paint, which is why I'm moving it. I'm going to blow on this, which is why. Okay. All right, blow drying. Okay, so we're going to paint the birds first. We're going to do the first coat of red and then blow dry this again. I will be using my number 12. It's a number 12 or round brush. So here's my cadmium red. Got some water. Add some water to your paint so it's movable and workable. It's not like butter. We don't want paint to be like butter in this case. So it's not about texture this time, so we can add a little bit of water. You can usually add like up to 30% water to any paint. So just follow your shape that you created earlier. Don't rush. Like me, I am rushing. I don't know why. There we go. Okay, so first coat for the birds. Okay. So after this, we will switch to phthalo blue, and we'll do the first coat on the star and the ornaments, and then we'll have it dried. All right. Wow. Does the third bird look black to you? I'm just curious with this one. Does it look black to you? Because it's like on my screen it shows black for some reason. Promise it's red. They're all red. Okay, let's get phthalo blue. Same way, put some water in it. Okay, now I'm going to flip this around. Okay. Just to make my life a little bit easier as I paint the star. And I'm starting with any of the triangles. I guess those could be called rays. And I'm just applying the base coat right now. So I will work. We will work on shading and highlighting after we're done with the base coat here, okay? And it's okay if like I'm noticing here that not my whole star is dry. So I'm picking up a little bit of background color. That's okay because this is not the last coat of paint we're putting on here, so we'll be able to work on that. Jane said that bird looked dark red, and Darla says it looked black until I moved it. I know, that was something in the camera. Interesting how that happened. Okay, so this is blue. Now for the ornaments, I have 5, and in my reference I had 6. Oh well. So I'm going to do 2 dark blue and 2 kind of light blue color. So I think this one and that one are going to be dark, and then the other 3 are going to be light. So I will just add and paint phthalo blue to the ornaments that I want to be dark blue. That and here. Just over here. Huh. Now the ornament on this side looks black. That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna flip this around to confuse my camera even more. Yep, and now the bird is getting black again. I don't know what's going on. Okay, same messy brush, okay, with phthalo blue on it. And I'm gonna grab some white on the same brush and just bring it over here to the side and create the tone of the light blue that I like. I think I like this a lot. I think this is a good one. So that one is, try not to rest your hand on anything here because it is super wet still. Okay. All right. Traditionally, the cat shows up about an hour in to complain to the world. Okie doke. We have that. Now we will use this lighter blue, maybe a little bit more white to this. Lighter blue. And we will go into the star. Okay, so the lighter blue is the square. Remember that square that we started with? So there it is. That's our square. That's our lighter blue. And also the rays or the sides, the corners that are pointing up and down and left and right, or south, north, east, and west. Oh, hello. Okay. And just do your best, connect to your sides. Cheryl. Oh, she says she just got the notification, so she will watch for and return to follow along later. You guys, I know, right? Okay, and then for these guys, let's add some more phthalo blue into this one that we're using, the light. So we pretty much used the dark and then we made it light, and now we're bringing it like half in between. Okay. Okay, now if you're watching live or replay, I'm still asking you guys to like this video, because if you like it during live, it tells Facebook that this is good stuff. I need to tell more people, right? And then they will send notifications to everybody. Okay, so here we'll just add a line right in the middle like this. I'm just starting in the corner and dragging it down to the middle. Okay, a little bit darker shade still. Make it a little bit darker. Still working with blue. Okay, maybe a bit more darker. And take a touch of red, of the cadmium red, and put it in there. Another touch. Okay, so this goes on the bottom of the light blue ornaments to create the shading. And in this lighting, it really doesn't say much. Thank you. If it doesn't seem much, like you feel like you could use a little bit darker shade, use a little bit more red on it. And then try again. Okay, now that shows a little bit better. So sometimes you have to try the color and see what works. Okay. Wipe off your brush, and we're gonna grab a little bit of this phthalo blue left here, and like the same amount of cadmium red. Mix it together. And that's going to be your shading for the darker blue ornaments. And there. So if I turn it this way, then you can see the shading. Okay. I'm adding a little bit more water to this. And I'm gonna add some shading to the star, to one side, okay? So like it goes over here on this side, and then maybe on this side. And then because it's on the left side, it will go all the way to this and over here. And then to the bottom here and a little bit here, and a shade of the square. maybe a little bit here. Okay, now the blues are drying. Let's clean the brush. And I'm going to use the blow dryer again on the red. Okay, it hasn't dried very well. So let's first spray this. And then I'm going to blow dry. Okay, let's put the second coat of red on the cardinals. Red can be finicky, and even if it's a very good quality red, it usually needs a second coat. Oh, look at that. There's so much paint on there, it doesn't want to dry. There. Okay. Okay, let's switch to the tiny brush. Mix some nice gray, some clean gray that doesn't have like yellow in it, because it looks like all my gray has yellow in it. Just light gray. And we will use this to paint hardware that holds the ornaments. So you just simply go on the sides like that. So bring this up so you can see. Sides like that. And then you kind of make it a little bit rounded on the top. See? And then you paint it in like that. And then you can go back and add this part for hanging if you want to. Okay, that is kind of getting into my, looks like my cardinal is sitting on the ornament. I guess we're gonna work with that. Okay, and this one, it kind of is behind the star. So I'm just gonna add a little bit on the side. Like that. Okay. All right. Okay, I really like using this black for when I do lining work and like outlining small things. It really makes my life easier. So I really highly recommend Deco Art Black. That's that's what I usually use. I like to thin it out even a little bit more sometimes because I like it at the consistency of melted ice cream. Okay, so here we go with our blackbirds. I hope they're not dry at all, are they? Yep, they're not. No, they're not. I'm gonna blow dry it again. Alrighty, let's make this happen. Oh, I made a mess with my brush. Hold on. Here. Okay, so paint goes just on the tip, and it's almost like a heart shape, but it isn't. So I start here on my forehead, and I do like an eyebrow over here. Can you see it? Okay, and then like another like a heart goes over here. So it's almost like starting like a heart. Okay, thank you for subscribing. And then this part kind of bends the other way around like that. Okay, and of course we need a beak. So I just follow that a little bit. Follow that a little bit. And kind of extend it into a beak. And then we can color that in. Okay. And then the wing kind of repeats the shape of the body a little bit. It's like a tear shape. Start here, around, and then back up. and paint it black. Okay. Is this chapstick? I don't, for some reason, I don't know where mine is. Okay. And then we kind of clean up the tips of your brush and add little legs. Okay, moving on to the next one. Again, starting with the eyebrow, going into the heart, into the tummy, then following this back, making a big line to the side, and connecting that whole shape. Okay, the wing. With the legs. Okay, last one. Eyebrow, heart, tummy. Beak, back. Okay. The wing, again, starting here somewhere, around and back up. Little feet. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This is drying a little bit. We're going back to this kind of lighter blue over here. And we're going to take a little bit of black and add it to this lighter blue. And we're going to paint the grass. Right here, there's like grass. So I just want you to like flick your brush a few times from like one center point. And you can't see it because my name is there, I think. Here, see, like that? It's on the side though. So it's up. It's going up, 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 like different directions. And find another spot and again go up, up, up in different directions, okay? And so we're going to repeat this, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 times. Just until we get the spot filled. Try not to put them at on the same line. Like move them around, okay? There's one sticking from here. Sticking out. Okay, and then let's get some more black. More black. Mix with the same blue paint, so we're getting like darker grayish blue. And that goes like you're gonna make them shorter, but pretty much in the same spot. Maybe even a little bit more black, so that there is contrast and you can see that they are different kinds of grass kind of growing together. And bring this up. See the difference? Okay. Marianne, yes, the replays are always available. So I hope you can. Or maybe just use it as an inspiration and, paint something of your own. It happens a lot to me. I'll watch something and then, or I'll use a video to start on something, but then I go a completely different way. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, shorter, but still there. Okay, that. Okay, go back into your lighter blue. Maybe even add a little bit more white to it, make it lighter. And then add a little bit of grayish. We want it muted. I want a muted color here. Okay, so this goes onto the other side of the star. We're adding highlights with this lighter color. And highlights will go on each side. Okay, and then we'll do that. Hold on. Not that, but the little snowflakes. Don't push on the brush too hard. I'm turning around. Okay. All right, let's grab some clean white the side. Clean white on the side. Okay, white highlight on the star. Square, sides, that center line. Okay, and then we're gonna make like rays coming out. Rays of light coming out from every corner here. Then 1, 2, and from here, and then down here. I'm making them a little bit more pronounced. I'm putting a little bit more pressure on my brush. Rinse my brush. Have a little bit of phthalo blue, the original phthalo blue that we used at the very beginning. And then add a little bit of this phthalo blue right in the middle of those white streaks that we just added. Okay. Okay, back to the white. And we're going to kind of load up the brush and then find a dry spot and try to remove as much white as you can off of your brush. Like you still want the white, but not too much. So what we're doing here is we're putting highlight on the beak. So it goes right on top of the beak and then it kind of shapes it. And let me do this and I will bring this up so you can see, and then like a white highlight for the eye. See that? It kind of outlines a little bit. It helps us see what's where. Again, top of the beak, the side, and the break between the top and the bottom. And that's all we need here. Top, over the break, and the eye. Okay, like that. Load some good white. Same line the brush. Highlight on the ornament on the top, opposite from the shading. Okay, some more white highlight on the hardware that's holding the ornaments together here. And then a little bit more white. And it goes on the birds. Goes up on top, down here, right under the wing. I'm really trying not to get any more white because I have quite a bit here, so I'm trying to find somewhere where I didn't mess it up too much. Here, that works. There. It's just drying so fast. The air is so dry because the furnace is on. Here, let's go again. Make this line nice. And this and that. And then this dude over the head, under the tummy, on the tail. The head, under the wing, the tail. Okay. What else? I also had little snowflakes that are shaped like a little white X. Like that. So that's what I'm adding next. And I think that would be the last thing for this tutorial. Okay, well, I hope you guys had fun. I'm sure that at some point this was challenging, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed it and you had fun, and you will display your Christmas tree somewhere where you'll be proud to show it off. If you are a member of Paint with Luba, you can post it there. If you enjoyed this, please buy me a coffee if you would like to. You don't have to, but it really helps me paying for supplies and everything. Keep everything going and keep everything free for you guys here on YouTube. And I guess I will see you next week, because next week on Tuesday we have the watercolor snowman, and then I don't have anything planned because I just moved into my brick and mortar studio. So I am a little bit, I think I will take a few weeks off on YouTube so that I can get that done and ready and set to go, and then I'll be good to go with everything else. Okay. All right. See you next time. Bye.